Most men find out their marriage is over with divorce papers. I found out in my own basement, and by the time I understood what was really happening, my name is already on things I'd never touched. My name is Lewis Jackson. I'm 51 years old. I own a modest 3-bedroom house in Columbus, Ohio. I coach youth soccer on Saturday mornings, and until 11 days ago, I genuinely believed I was one of the luckier men alive. We will get to that, but before we do us one quick favor: subscribe. A lot of people watch without ever doing it, but it costs you nothing, and it means everything to us. Hit the like button while you're at it, and drop your thoughts in the comments after listening. You are going to love it here. Now let me tell you about my wife, Claire Ann Jackson. Married 15 years, together for 18, lavender candles, true crime podcasts, coffee with 1 sugar and oat milk. I knew her, or at least, I thought I did. It started on a Tuesday in February. Claire was in Atlanta visiting her friend Donna, 3 days gone. I was home alone, living like a teenager with a mortgage, cereal for dinner, sports blasting, same hoodie for 2 days. Then the furnace made a sound, not normal, not mechanical, something wrong. I called a repair guy, Dale, big mustache, calm voice. He went downstairs, said he'd be 20 minutes. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. "Mr. Jackson, there's a locked door behind your storage shelves. Who's inside?" I laughed. I actually laughed. Then another message. "Sir, I can hear breathing. There are 4 padlocks on the outside." That's when everything shifted. Because locks on the outside don't keep people out. They keep something in. I ran downstairs. The shelves had been moved, behind them a door. A door I had never seen in 15 years. 4 padlocks. And behind it, breathing. The police arrived fast. They cut the locks. The door opened. Empty. Not just empty, staged. Clean floor, single bulb, Bluetooth speaker still warm, burner phone on a box. The breathing. A recording. Triggered remotely. That's when I realized this wasn't random, this was planned. Someone wanted the police in that room. Someone wanted my name connected to it. And that wasn't even the worst part. 2 days later, they found a storage unit. Unit 114 Mercer Road. Rented under my name, paid in cash. Inside, women's clothes. A debit card tied to me and a photograph. A woman smiling. Angela Pruitt, missing for 11 days. "Do you know her?" the detective asked. "No," I said, and I meant it. But that night I found her again, in my bedroom, hidden inside Claire's book. That's when everything broke, because that photo had been there and waiting. And suddenly every memory felt fake. Every smile, every quiet morning. Rewritten. If you've been following so far, take a second and subscribe. Stories like this don't come easy, and it helps more than you think. Because what came next wasn't fear. It was realization. I wasn't just in trouble. I was being built into something. Here's what nobody tells you about being framed. It's not loud, it doesn't explode. It builds quietly, piece by piece. 6 days passed. 6 days of police watching me. 6 days of questions that felt casual but weren't. And then Claire came home. She walked through the door like the perfect wife, concerned, emotional, present. For 45 minutes, I believed her. She cried when she saw the room, held my arm, asked the right questions. "Should we get a lawyer?" That line stayed with me, because it wasn't emotional. It was strategic. Then the storage unit came up. And for a split second, she froze. Barely noticeable, but I saw it. Then she recovered. "Someone is setting him up," she said. "Perfect delivery. Too perfect." That's when I called Gary, insurance fraud investigator, the kind of guy who sees lies for a living. He asked one question: "Who manages your accounts?" I didn't answer right away, because I already knew. Claire. For years. We pulled 7 years of records. Nothing obvious. Just small movements, tiny transfers, subscriptions I didn't recognize, withdrawals just under reporting limits. Careful, patient. 60,000 gone, without a sound. That's when it hit me. This didn't start recently. This started 14 months into our marriage. 14. She didn't snap. She planned. Then Gary asked about my phone, where it was at night, where Claire was. That's when I saw it. She used my phone while I slept. Signed documents, made calls, built a version of me. That didn't exist. Even the furnace call came from my phone while I was at work. She orchestrated everything from another state. One tap, And my life started collapsing. She became fluent in you, Gary said. And that line stayed with me, because he was right. She didn't just know me. She mastered me, so I stopped reacting. And I started thinking. I didn't go to the police. I didn't confront her. Because I wasn't credible. She made sure of that. So I did the one thing she didn't expect. I changed quietly, completely. If you've ever been in a situation where nothing makes sense, subscribe right now, because what comes next might be the difference between panic and control. I went to my brother Dennis, retired Army, calm under anything. He listened, didn't interrupt, then said something simple. Bug the room. So I did. A small device hidden in the sunroom, where she talked to her friend Renee. And then I waited. 19 days. 19 days of pretending. Smiling, answering questions, letting her believe she was winning. Then Renee came over. I left the house, parked 4 blocks away, turned on the audio. At first, normal conversation. Then a shift. Claire's voice changed. Colder, precise. He has no idea, she said. My hands went still. They talked about me like I wasn't human, like I was a project. And then, Angela, safe, Claire said, in Phoenix, paid to disappear. That's when everything locked into place. This wasn't chaos. It was architecture, a system designed to collapse on me. And I was right in the center of it. But she made one mistake. She thought I'd stay the same. She thought I'd keep reacting. She was wrong. After that call, I didn't panic. I moved. Quietly. First, I found Angela, a private investigator. 6 days. Phoenix. Alive. Scared. And willing to talk. She gave a full statement. Everything Claire planned. Everything she paid for. And just like that, the missing woman wasn't missing anymore. But I didn't go to the police. Not yet. Because timing was everything. Instead, I sent Claire something. Anonymous. The recording, a photo of Angela alive. No message. No warning. Just truth. She came upstairs 40 minutes later. And for the first time in 15 years, she stood still. Completely still. That's when I knew. She felt it. The shift. The loss of control. The next morning, I walked into the detective's office, folder in hand. Everything organized. Everything clean. He read it. Slowly, carefully. Then he looked at me. Different this time. Not as a suspect. As a man who had been targeted. He made one call, and that was it. Claire was arrested 2 days later. 14 charges. Fraud, conspiracy, obstruction. She walked out of our house in handcuffs. Cold morning. Breath visible in the air. She looked at me once. Just once. And for the first time. I couldn't read her. No calculation. No control. Just uncertainty. And I nodded. Because she made one fatal mistake. She studied everything I did. But never once. What I could become. At 51, I didn't need revenge. I just needed the last move. And I took it. If you made it this far, subscribe. Because stories like this don't end, and they teach. She built a prison for me over years. I built hers in 19 days. And that was enough.